Good morning. Tracy from Live Smart Foundational Development, self-development with Live Smart Foundational Development. My husband said to me the other day that my foundational development name sounds like preschool foundational development. At school, they have foundation phase. But before I go into the topic I want to speak about today, foundational development, everything in life needs a foundation to be built upon, including your self-development, which is why I've called it Live Smart, to live smartly, and foundational development, building upon the foundations that you have. If you haven't got, or the ones that you have, let's strengthen them. So part of the work that we're doing with foundational development is awakening. Awakening is a word that's becoming more and more popular. If you haven't heard it before, I'm introducing you to it today. More and more people are awakening. What does awakening mean? To me, in the work that I've been doing, and I've done lots of esoteric work, I've done Reiki healing, I've done metaphysics, applied metaphysics healing, and I was religious growing up. I was a born Anglican. I was a confirmed Methodist. I married into the Catholic Church, but forever with all my questions, I learned all sorts of things. My first baby died, and for me to have learned that you only have one life and she had 22 hours, that didn't actually make any sense to me. So my questions grew and grew, and I actually went into huge self-development work, learning who I was, learning what life is all about, what is this actual thing that we are doing called life. And a lot of recent times, the word awakening is. So that was the start of my awakening, even from early ages, asking questions. Why doesn't it make sense? What's actually going on? What is this actually all about? What is the point? One of my previous videos, and the whys. Why is this happening? And the more you ask questions, it can't end at the why. There's got to be more to that question. We need to start learning to ask the right questions. And awakening is one of the things that comes into all these questions. What is awakening? To me, the way I've understood it, it's the awareness. You're becoming so much more aware of what is all around us. Why is it actually happening? Many things that are happening to you in your world, why doesn't it happen to that next person next door? Why is it only happening to me? Why does it happen again and again? The questions that you are asking, it's about finding the answers. And as you awaken more and more and become more and more aware, more becomes apparent to you. That's the word I was looking for. There's more that comes into your life, or you start seeing more, or you start smelling more, or you start becoming more aware of many things. What the people are doing, how they are reacting. Why would that person be reacting that way? Why am I reacting that way? Why am I suddenly feeling frustrated by certain things? Why am I getting bored with this now? I used to absolutely love all of these things. Now I've lost track. Evolution, or it's one of those big words, evolution, but life is forever evolving, forever changing, and we are forever growing, and it's coming at us faster and faster these days. So I wanted to talk more about awakening, and hopefully give more insight as we grow and become more and we learn more. I want you guys to ask me questions at livesmartfd at gmail.com, please, and let's talk about the awakening, and the more and more people that are awakening, how things are different within your religions, without religions. Is it bad? Is it good? Is it not good? Why do I feel like I want to step out of what I've always believed? Why are my beliefs changing? There's a lot more that is actually going on, and people are coming together more from different cultures, different religions, and it's okay. This is what it's actually more about. Life is stopping, or it's ending the separation that we all became all on our own, building all these walls around us. Actually, the walls are starting to crumble, and we are becoming more a unified community. More unification within humanity is happening, if that makes sense. And even our meditation to self, You work with meditation within, bringing it to without, growing it and expanding it. Awakening, it all starts with awakening. And from awakening, you expand your consciousness and you expand your understandings, and you grow with all the new information that is coming your way, wherever it is coming from, whether it's somebody that will be speaking in a conversation at the table next door when you're in a restaurant, to conversation within family, to questions that are coming from other people. Lots of information is coming our way, and you kind of like start thinking like, yo, what is that? And you don't want to be nosy, but you want to hear more, you want to learn more, and you're feeling like you want to go out and get more. What I need to feed more myself. Small talk is one of the things that really, it has irritated me for a long time. I cannot do small talk with people, and I like deeper conversations. I like to know what's happening in people's lives and why it is happening. Why are they upset? What is the actual core, the root cause of things that are going on in their lives? Shallow talk, shallow communication, just kind of keeps life going quite nicely, but it doesn't actually help people get to the root cause of why things are happening. And the more people awaken, the more vulnerable they start showing themselves. So it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to actually talk and say that I've actually got issues. Realizing that the person next door also has issues. Realizing that those people are getting divorced. Why are they getting divorced? Having conversations around and opening it up, bursting open those pods of fear, panic, ache, hurt, the awakening of understanding more and more and more to life, that we are going through this stuff and we are all journeying together. All 8.5 billion of us on this planet are all going through something. There are issues everywhere. Not everybody's are the same. Some people have issues and you go like, but there's actually no issue with that. What is the actual problem? Why are you reacting that way? However, they'll do the same to you on something else that bugs you. And it's all about bringing it together, bringing it closer, but to expand it open and wider so that we can communicate, share, grow our consciousness into more unified understanding of each other. And this actually brings peace and harmony into your own life and that person's own life, and everybody can start operating more peacefully because there's more understanding in the world. So the awakening is about growing your understanding, growing your awareness, becoming aware that there is more to life than your walled-in beliefs, your boxed-in understandings, your boxed-in judgments of what's right and what's wrong. Right and wrong is a very personal situation. Truth is a very personal situation. My truth and your truth are very, very different. So that's kind of the basic of what awakening is. I do hope to be sharing more in-depth information about awakening as we go. And please tune in and listen to what I'm saying. Ask me questions to get more answers. Help me out to answer you. I have many words to share, but in a free video, just opening up and sharing is quite difficult when I haven't got something solid to speak about. So I really, really would appreciate your questions, your interaction, your arguments. I'm happy with an argument. I will think on it and find a way to actually break it down from a fight, hopefully, to more of a communication process, which is what I'm wanting to open it up into. People have their opinions, people have their factual understandings, and there's just more to a conversation that it can go down to an in-depth understanding. This is where I understand it, that's where you understand it. Maybe we can meet in the middle or start understanding how each other thinks. Every single person is a piece to the puzzle in the whole. So everybody's opinions actually do matter. Everybody's thoughts and feelings and understandings do matter. And learning what's right for one person, what's right for another person is so interesting to understand how other people think, understand, and how deep your conversations can go without it getting weird. It's about opening and bursting open that weird bubble. Everybody's weird. Everybody's unique in their own ways. You want to know what goes on in people's heads that they don't share. When they're sitting in their seat next to you and thinking something, they're not going to share that because it's just weird from what society thinks. Societal understanding and individual understanding and communication and behaviors are way different. And I would love to burst open individuals' thinkings and understandings more and more and more. So please work with me. Let's see if we can grow Live Smart Foundational Development's process into deeper conversations, better understandings of one another, and let's see where it can go. Email me, please, at livesmartfd@gmail.com. And I hope to be speaking more about awakening and some of the other topics that I have touched on in my previous videos. If I repeat anything, please go with it. And who knows, maybe that's the video that needed to reach you or reach other people out there than the previous ones that I have done. It's all practice. I'm also starting out with videos, so hopefully I'll get better and better with the information that I share with everybody. And as people ask questions, I can hopefully share more deeper conversations on the very topics I have mentioned with solid information to work with. So yes, guys, I look forward to chatting more and more as we go. Okay, bye for now.